Off. Comes down the big game.
Hey, listen, I hate the rule. I think it should be.
I think it's time to get the money cut.
I got
Anybody?
Okay. I'd still take it.
The bet.
Podcast. Whoever.
Red border.
If I talk about that, right?
Off. Comes down the big game.
Hey, listen, I hate the rule. I think it should be.
I think it's time to get the money cut.
I got
Anybody?
Okay. I'd still take it.
The bet.
Podcast. Whoever.
Red border.
If I talk about that, right?
What's good, boys? Welcome in. We got episode number 21 here. KG, old school KG, number 21. Pretty Bad Sports Podcast, and we are going to cover the NFL divisional round playoffs. Pretty much everything you need to know. Here with Pick Flair and Mr. Diesel.
Is that Adam Schefter over there tweeting away right now?
That's our Adam Schefter right there, baby.
We have now confirmed that Lamar Jackson is a big fucking pussy.
Yeah, can we just talk about something like I am as a football fan, and I feel like other people watching these upcoming playoffs, I'm pretty butthurt about Tua being out and possibly looking like Lamar Jackson, and those are going to be some great matchups.
I'd hate to shit on Tua for being out because I think he should have been out half the year, but it's just like
Tua versus Skylar Thompson.
I'd rather watch Mac Jones get his ass kicked than Skylar Thompson get his ass kicked. Like, I don't know, dude. I'd rather watch fucking Josh Dobbs get his ass kicked than Skylar Thompson get his ass kicked. So I feel you, Diesel. It's tough. And also, I'm hoping, because the one thing I was going to say is I'm hoping that Tyler Huntley can pull it out and play, because if he can't play either, then we're looking at two Skylar Thompsons going into the wild card weekend and just absolutely blowing it, most likely. If any of those teams pull it out, we'll be shocked.
So, Pick Flair, for the people that don't know, what is the injury for the Ravens? Obviously, Lamar's out, and then their backup is questionable as well.
Tyler Huntley is questionable as well. To be honest, I haven't seen much about him right now. I'm like actively looking to see what's going on because I think they've been focused on what's going to happen with Lamar. Today, they finally almost 100% confirmed. I just saw like a statement from Lamar Jackson that basically confirmed that he's not playing this week because of the PCL injury. He says he's not going to be 100%. It doesn't want to give his guys less than that. I think some of it might have to do with the contract, but I don't know. But Tyler Huntley has not been confirmed to play either from what I've seen. Again, I could be wrong because this is all very new. But if he can't play either, dude, like, I still give the Ravens a better chance than I give the Dolphins just because that defense is absolutely elite. But they're both playing away with third-string quarterbacks, potentially, maybe a second-string quarterback for Baltimore. That's just horrible, dude. Like, that's not playoff football that we want to watch.
And, like, I honestly, the one upset I felt, as much as I love, I love the Bengals, little Joe Burrow right here, but I think the one upset that could happen if Lamar was playing was probably that game. I could like smell it coming, dude. I didn't like the Bengals playing the Ravens on back-to-back weeks with a defense like that, and then having Lamar Jackson back in the picture. So it's unfortunate, but hey, you never know. This is playoff football. Anything can happen. Maybe when those guys get hot, maybe a couple lucky plays, defense steps up.
Yeah, like Bro mentioned, they have such a great defense where, if one of those teams are going to pull up an upset, it's probably the Ravens. But there are some other teams throughout this playoff weekend. I think a couple underdogs could win this weekend as well.
Yeah, fully
Big
agree.
time.
It's not going to be the least entertaining wild card weekend we've ever seen. It's just these two games, which could have been absolutely electric games, like we saw what Tua did to the Bills. He had him on the ropes, like he was in that game, and I would have loved to see that happen again. And especially in Buffalo, you just don't want to see Skylar Thompson go. I would have been even a little bit more excited to see Teddy Bridgewater go at it. You know what I mean? Like
seriously, is he injured or something? They're just like giving up on him. Like no,
he broke a finger or something, right? Ligament in his hand.
Yeah, he can't hold the ball. He can't hold the ball. So
sat on his thumb.
Something like that. I don't know.
Jacoby Brissett will play through that because he's a dog.
Oh I wish they still had Brissett, dude. Like he would I'd still be looking at the Dolphins as like having a chance to. I'd probably take them with the spread if they had Brissett. I'll say
Jacoby, he's definitely a tier 1 fucking backup quarterback in the NFL. He's solid.
Yeah, he is 100%. 100%. So I mean, those games, Diesel, I'm right there with you. Like. Going into this weekend, knowing that these two dudes aren't playing now, it's like so deflating for the AFC. It's like I'm more excited to watch the NFC, which I think the NFC has worse teams overall. I think the AFC is so much stronger than the NFC in the playoff teams this year. But now it's like
it sucks too, man, because there were definitely some good teams that could have. Like I was excited to see what the Dolphins could have done this year. You know what I mean? I think they were set up. To win playoff games this year, but obviously without a functionable tier 1 quarterback, I don't think they're going to be able to do much, especially playing. They got the Bills game 1 or round 1. Yeah, so
they were set up to be like a dark horse Super Bowl team,
100%. Right? Because they could just, they're an explosive offense. They could give teams problems, man. I mean, they have a lot of fucking burners on that team.
1,000,000%, dude. 1,000,000%. Would have been amazing to watch. Again, just against the Bills, too, to see the Bills, like, I don't know if the Bills have gone through a first-round team that have given them trouble since, was Houston actually in the second round when they, barely skedaddled out of that game?
No, I think it was the first round. I think it was the divisional. I think so, but I definitely could be wrong.
So that was probably the last time that they had trouble in the first round, which was Josh Allen's second year. J.J. Watt was still there.
That reminds me a lot about the old Patriots, doesn't it?
Oh, man.
Oh, that sucks, dude. There's a new fucking team in the AFC, doesn't it? No, you remember?
I was already prepped.
You're going to be in the AFC Championship. Like, lock that in. Where are you going for AFC Championship? Though?
Dude, it was Brady Manning. Now it's fucking Mahomes Allen. Like, it's unfortunately, like, it's two guys.
I like that comparison.
That's the two guys fighting. Two very different guys from what we saw in Brady Manning, too. So at least it's not, watching the same type of play. We're watching guys running around and make exciting plays. So at least we have that going for us.
Quick shout out to GG Sports in the comments. He's got his own podcast cooking up. So if everyone wants to give him a follow, he's going to be releasing some videos soon. So that's what's up, Nelly. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
You guys want to talk about the first game? I mean, we can talk about the Seahawks and 49ers.
You know what? I think what we should do is close out the AFC talk because we've done everything other than the one game that's going to be good.
Okay.
The Jaguars and the Chargers.
Oh, this game's going to be lit.
That might be game of the week. It's definitely AFC game.
I think it's a toss-up. I don't know. I think it's a pretty even game.
Who do we got? Let's go around the horn because I don't think we need to say who we have in the Bills and Bengals games unless someone is going to pick the third string quarterbacks to win. No, we're good there. All right, sounds good. So who do we got in the Jags and fucking Chargers game? Because this is a fucking game.
So for me, man, I don't know why, but Doug Peterson, he just works some magic this time of year. You know what I mean? And this Jaguars team is playing with a lot of momentum. They got a young quarterback, top recruit. You know, he was a first round pick. So I don't know, man. I'm pretty in on the Jaguars right now. I think that this is kind of set up for them to beat a team like the Chargers, who never, in my eyes, they never really found themselves. They didn't really become what I thought they were going to be in before the season. So I'm going to pick the Jaguars. Aren't they home? Isn't it?
It's a home game, baby.
Dude. I'm picking Jaguars.
That's why I'm going with the Jaguars for the sole reason is that they're home. And number two, the Chargers have struggled when they've lost one specific guy, and Mike Williams doesn't look like he's playing from what I've seen. So if he doesn't play, I think the Jags might roll.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Diesel.
Yeah, I saw Mike Williams is banged up, but he did travel with the team. I saw something about a report about that on Twitter earlier by NFL analysts.
And then they have Keenan Allen too.
I know. But, like, this is what scares me is, like, I want to root for the Jags, but something that tells me about it. This Chargers offense is clicking. I think the Jags going to have a tough time, like, because this Chargers team's built to win. Like, they can make a deep run, too. Yeah. They got weapons on offense, and that defense is scary, too. Like, I think Bosa's back in the picture. So, I mean.
Bosa's back. He was a force last week, too. He looked fucking good.
He was putting up MVP numbers.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure unfortunately, I saw a lot of this on the sports news is the Jaguars have won a lot of their games against backup quarterbacks. Like a lot of their wins against a lot of backups this year. I mean, it's just
there has to be a stat for like how many games were played by backups this season. I feel like it was a record high.
I think I saw there was 60 something different quarterbacks playing this year.
Unreal.
Just like switching around like backups and a lot of big injuries. You know, I mean, but. This one's so tough for me. I mean, I feel like it's so even. I'm probably going to play it safe and stay with the home team, so I'll probably go with the Jags, but, like, something's like...
Wow, you had me sold on the Chargers, Diesel. I was literally like, what a fucking idiot when you were going through that.
It's going to be such a good game. Yeah, I know.
I'm with you, Diesel. If they were at home, I'd be picking the Chargers. I'm only picking the Jaguars because they're at home. And I'm a little salty about the way Justin Herbert did me in fantasy this year.
Seriously.
I mean, it looks. I'm looking on oddshark.com right now. It's a gambling website, and it just kind of tells you what's going on. 62% of people are betting on the Chargers. 38 are on the Jaguars.
Oddshark. I thought that was the website that simulated if a shark or a bear would win in a fight.
No, that was on episode 14, though. We do break that down pretty well.
Shout out, Richie.
Yeah, our wilderness survival guy, fucking Ricky.
Yeah, so Vegas has only 2.5 points. Chargers are favored, so that's pretty much a pick 'em, Diesel. Pretty close.
Pretty much pick 'em, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good game. They're pretty even right there.
When is this game played?
Potential for game of the week. Definitely.
When is this one?
Game of the week.
This might be a Saturday game. It might be the Saturday night game. Honestly, let me check.
Not fun. No, hey, don't ask me to do fucking nothing this weekend.
Saturday night.
Yeah. 8:15, buddy.
Rob told us. Saturday night.
We're watching football. Playoff football this weekend, and
we got a Monday night game too. I didn't realize that till today that the Bucks game's on Monday night, which is my second pick for game of the week. That's my next game of the week. I think that the Bucks Dallas game might be a little fucking peppy, kid.
I can't wait to talk about that game.
Let's go right into it because we finished the AFC. Let's go right into the NFC. The second game of the week pick for me is fucking Bucks and Cowboys, dude.
Pick Flair, break down the game of the week. What do we got here? Or your second game of the week here. Can you give us some details on this game?
Well, I'm pretty sure that the Dallas Cowboys are 0-5 against the books and 0-1,000,000 in games that matter.
0-7 versus Thomas.
0-7 versus Thomas the GOAT, newly single Brady. I think he's going to go in there and treat him like
Brady. I kind of like how you note that in there. I think that might be strategic of you, Pick Flair.
You know why? Because in the past, when Brady was in the playoffs, he couldn't just give dick out to random teams. He's about to pipe these dudes, I think. I don't know. I think he's about to fucking really put it to him. Like, I was not big on Brady at all this year. You guys know that. Like, but this is playoff Brady. We've seen worse Brady teams get in the playoffs and look real fucking good. So that defense is elite. So is Dallas's defense.
And
the offense is elite.
I think he's still super hungry too. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I think he's got a huge chip on his shoulder. I mean, obviously the years are winding down right now, so I think Brady's smart enough to really take advantage of this. I know they didn't play that well this season, but they do have guys on their team that have won a championship with them. So I mean, they believe they've done it before. You know what I mean?
Dude,
So
the biggest thing for me is one of these teams is trending up and one of these teams is trending down. The Cowboys, the fucking Cowboys.
we were
last
all
week,
so fucking high on them in the beginning of the year too, or kind of like midway through.
$180 I lost last week. You know why? Because I had Washington all week covering 7 points. Had them covering 7 points all fucking week. My pick'em league, I'm first by 2 points. I'm in first. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna change one game because I always end up in a tiebreaker. You know what game I changed? I went with Dak fucking Prescott -7, and they got blown out by Washington and Sam Howell.
Oh no!
I'm done with them. I'm done with them. I think they get fucking. I think it might be a little bit of a close game at the beginning, but I think Brady pours it on in like the third quarter, and then we see fucking Blaine Gabbert come in and kneel it out.
Diesel, Cowboys versus Bucks. What do you got?
Oh man, so this is the one team that did not want to see Tom Brady, and it was the fucking Cowboys. I mean, the track record shows it. He's 7-0. I just don't think. I just feel like Tom. Like this is it. This is Tommy's world, buddy. You're in playoff football, and I just feel like Tom Brady's fucking gonna show everybody how it's done. And Dak Prescott, he's on his final straw right here. This is it. I think there might be big changes if Dak Prescott gets a boot first round with the Cowboys. So I think Tom Brady's gonna handle business. Unfortunately, he's a Buck, not a Patriot, so it's gonna be tough to watch. But I think the Buccaneers here handle some business on Saturday. Or no, yeah. Monday a little.
Dak is fucking leading or tied with Josh Allen for most interceptions in the league, and he missed 5 fucking games.
No, he's awesome. He's great.
He's horrible. And the interceptions aren't good. There were a couple that weren't great, but there's always a couple that were like the receiver's fault. Some of them were bad, man. 2 of them lost them games.
That's mainly why I got the Cowboys losing this week to Tom Brady and the Bucks, because I think they're a team that has never really proved much since I've been watching football, and especially now. They're just not really playing that well. I think all the pressure is on them right now, and I think the Buccaneers don't really have that much pressure. They didn't have a good season. I think a lot of people have doubted them all year. I think people are still doubting them in the playoffs, and people forget that the Cowboys just haven't really ever done anything. You know what I mean? I've never seen them win.
Have they made it to the second round? Have they made it to the second round?
When? Like
the Cowboys,
in recent years?
The Cowboys made it past the first round. I feel like they always blew it. Like, was that Niners game? I don't know if anybody was that Niners game a second round, or was that a first round game last year?
I don't know. I feel like they had to have made it to the second. Like, if we're talking the last 5 years, maybe not, but maybe the last 10 years they have, because they had. Was that the Packers game? Was that a wild card game? I think that was a wild card game that they lost on the Dez catch, but that was 10 or 12 years ago.
I'm saying Dak Prescott era, has this guy
that's tough. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think they have, but maybe once. But what I was going to say, Diesel, is props to you, because I have the same kind of take about this game as the Chargers game, for the reason Dallas is just like the Chargers. Have they performed great this year? No, but they're stacked, dude. They're stacked. They have 2 great running backs. They have fucking CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Dalton Schultz, 2 other tight ends who are both rookies that played well. When Dak has looked good, he's looked great. Their defense is stacked. So, I mean, am I completely counting them out? No, but I'm rolling with Tampa Bay because of seniority. But that's why I have this game and the Chargers and Jaguars game as games of the week, because I truly think anything really goes in these 2 games.
Yeah, I love it. I like that a lot. So, fucking Tom Brady, buddy, gotta watch him play for the Bucks again, buddy.
Oh, and then the Dolphins next year, but that's a conversation for another day.
Well, same that till next season.
Raiders. I don't know. He's going somewhere.
Right there. Rob time. 1-3 in the playoffs. Dak Prescott.
Yeah, he did win 1. Okay.
I'm not taking him over Brady this weekend.
Do you guys think that the Giants can do anything. I mean, they played well against Minnesota earlier in the season, but do you think they can do it again now that they're on the big stage for the first time?
So what time? So that game looks like it's at 4:30. I mean, it starts getting dark out. Kirk Cousins could be in trouble, buddy. He gets a little prime time.
Bro.
Fucking Kirk Cousins might get a little spooked right there. I might see
Bro.
a little window for the Giants to sneak in there.
That's not his time of day.
Oh, I like that. He says it's gonna start getting dark out.
Oh man, buddy. Yeah.
So I'm kind of on the opposite side. I think this is their year to kind of start breaking through that. I think that they're gonna take care of business against the Giants, in my opinion. I think they win by multiple possessions.
I hope they do, but I'm starting to see a lot of fucking cowboy-ass shit in Minnesota right now. Like, I mean, it's just team stacked. They're kind of like, I was pretty shocked at how bad their defense was this year because they have a lot of solid pieces on their defense too. Not anywhere near what the Cowboys were, but like, dude, they were
got
like,
names. They got some big names.
I mean, Patrick Peterson had a great, like, I'm still here type of year. Harrison Bryant, I mean, he was hurt for a little bit, but like, he's no fucking chump. They
got Hunter. Danielle Hunter is a young edge rusher.
They have Hunter and they have Zadarius Smith too from the Packers, and I mean, dude, those guys are no chumps either. Like they have the guy in the middle too. I always forget the linebacker's name, but like they're a solid team. They should be good. The young cornerback on the other side of Patrick Peterson had a great start to the year. Like I didn't understand why they were giving up 33 a game. I really didn't, and maybe it was because they were scoring so much, but I'm worried about their consistency, and I think it's the same worry that I have with Dallas. The Giants, I just still can't believe that they're still winning games. It's kind of crazy.
No, I feel like I've been saying this all year and just eating my words.
Just grinding games out, and hey,
you love that, Diesel, don't you?
I kind of love Dahlball over there, buddy.
Daniel Jones' first ever playoff game, and we've seen Danny Dimes look real scared in some of these random big. Like he was like 0-8 in primetime. Thank God this game isn't at like 8:15 or something.
Oh, it'd be a shit bowl.
Oh, it'd be terrible. I mean, he still might be terrible because, I mean, 0-8 in primetime, every playoff game's primetime.
I think the lower points that are scored and I think the less points that are scored in this game favor the Giants. You know what I mean? More and more. 100%. If they're able to tame that Vikings offense, they might. That's where Kirk Cousins is going to start getting. He's going to need his little nightlight on.
You want to run it back with the Wildcat and have fucking Vanilla Jackson and fucking Saquon run all over the field. That's the only way I think they win this game.
Yeah,
I don't think Danny Dimes is
set the tone. That will open up the pass game too if Saquon's like kind of feeling it. But big prop bet. I think Kenny Galladay. You should take him to score a touchdown that game.
Yeah, you love that.
I think, and he's going to be a nice big plus for you. Kenny Galladay gonna score a touchdown.
Gonna see a snap, dude?
I don't know. He had a nice touchdown last week.
They sat their starters last week. That's the only reason he played.
Hey, baby.
Maybe it's smart. We're talking about playoffs. Yeah, we're talking about playoffs.
He said it's going to be a nice payout.
It definitely will be. Hey, honestly, if that touchdown impressed him enough to put him in this week and he just randomly shows up, what a story.
It looked like Lions Galladay when he scored that touchdown. That one touchdown, like, that's the guy I knew in Detroit. He just, like, mossed the guy. I'm like, all right, there's Kenny.
Oh, I love Kenny Galladay. Him and Marvin Jones Jr. with Matt Stafford was a serious offense. That was great.
Yeah. I mean, that's why.
And then he went to the Giants and absolutely just like started hitting the clubs and not practice.
Hey, am I missing something? Sorry to cut you off, Doyle. Nilly says that he's in the interview guest tab, but I don't see anybody there.
He's talking to himself.
What were you going to say, Diesel? My bad, Nilly, if I missed you, but I don't see.
So are you two going with the Vikings? I assume. Or
I'm going to go with the Vikings. Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Vikings too, just to play it safe again. Home team. And I just don't. I don't see Daniel Jones performing as like. I honestly think the Giants probably should have played their starters last week and gone in with some momentum. So I don't see it going well. So I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
Yeah, I mean, if the Vikings start putting up points, there's no way the Giants keep up with that. They need to slow the game down. That's the only chance I see the Giants have. If they can slow the game down and Barkley's having a day. Because honestly, you got to give the Giants have a pretty solid defense, and but I'm gonna stick with the home team. Gonna be a lot of skull chants, buddy. That play's gonna be lit. Vikings fans are lit, buddy. I gotta give it to him. That play's gonna be electric for playoff football.
I just saw Nearly in there, and then he left again. It's like we're playing phone tag.
Yeah, I saw him in there too for a second.
He's fucking with us.
There he is. There he is. Alrighty.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Nelly. I think he might be on mute.
He's so happy he's just talking to himself.
He's fucking yelling. The speakers just went out.
Cooking hotcakes for the hot take.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Welcome. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I can, sir.
Yeah. Thank you guys for having me. What's up, guys? Surprisingly, game of the week that we have not even paid attention to. Seahawks-Niners game. Pay attention to this. You have a third-string quarterback that hasn't played in this playoff against Seattle Pete Carroll's dominant defense. They got dominant corners, dominant linebackers, rookies off the draft that can ball out with these guys from speed to speed. Pete Carroll is ready for this. He has the Legend of Doom prototype on that field coming on the Niners.
So Nelson, I'm hearing you right now. You're taking the Seattle Seahawks to beat the Niners at home in the first round.
Yes, I have it.
I love that.
Hey, they did beat him already, right?
Yep.
So they already beat the Niners.
And I'm taking Geno Smith anytime right now. He's looking like a killer.
You know, he finished top 5 in fantasy scoring this year for quarterbacks. That's insane.
It's crazy to me.
There's no way people drafted him, right?
He also broke the no one drafted him. Get out of here. He also broke the record for most pass yards as a Seattle Seahawks quarterback the year they traded Russell Wilson away.
Is that a bad look for Russell right there? Like right off the bat, this guy
Not
breaks
really.
it?
No, it's not, it doesn't make a bad look because Russell Wilson is going to a different system. It's going to drop anyways because the offensive coordinator kind of set him up for failure, kind of just like Mac Jones supposedly. But if we go
Nelson, that he broke the record of any Seahawks quarterback. That means all of the years that Russell Wilson was there, he didn't do better. Yeah, all of them. Geno Smith has the most pass yards in any Seahawks quarterback history.
Crazy.
That's crazy. It's nuts, bro.
You're not taking that bet? I'm taking that. Lock it down. I'm telling you.
Hey, listen.
I love that. You want to draft Geno in fantasy football? LeBron James was high on him in preseason.
I had Kenneth Walker, and Kenneth Walker looking great. T.Y. Lockett looking great. Oh, my God. They got DK. Yo, they got DK. They got to deal with DK. And
Donkey Kong.
They got to deal with that beast for the whole 4 quarters. No way.
So you think the 49ers are a bit on a high horse, especially where they're on QB3 right now?
Yeah, they're on the QB3. Like, you got to understand, this dude has not played a playoff game. This is a rookie QB. Yeah. Think about that. He going to shit his pants. This is different now. This ain't regular season backups. You're playing teams that are injured. This is playoff. They've seen your tape now. They know what you're doing. They know what you don't hate. This is playoff football.
That's right. Playoffs. Pete Carroll's been there.
Pete Carroll's been there. Pete Carroll can bring this team, like I said earlier, prototype, Legend of Boom, in the making. He's built for this. And
who's that corner you were big on?
First round. Huh?
Who's that corner? Pick Flair was big on. Yeah.
Tyron Woodley.
Yeah. Like early in the show.
Yeah.
Beast.
You know what? Kenneth Walker won't even be the star running back that game. The backup running back from Seattle, he looking good too.
Bro, they got some depth right now.
Yeah,
weird depth. That, like people thought they weren't gonna have anybody, and they got depth. That's crazy.
They on a lot in the draft. The Seattle had a great draft.
And they have a bunch of picks coming up. They're poised to be good for a while now.
Chad wants to know, did your boy Willie get hurt last week?
Yeah, I think
How
Rob
serious
just
is that
asked
injury?
that too. I haven't seen an update. He did get hurt last week. I don't know if it's something. I don't know if they've announced if he's going to play or not yet. But that would be big if they lose Woodley. Wooly.
Woody?
Yo, guys. Fucking Mac Jones, bro. The Patriots. But let's talk about some real quick before I leave this show.
I like it.
You know what I'm gonna say about this? I'm gonna
What?
say it again.
Let it out. Let it out. I need to hear
Put
it
it
too.
up.
We need a black quarterback.
Yo, do we trade
who's
back for
that then?
Justin Fields, dude? Do we give all our picks up for Justin Fields?
Oh, buddy, I'll send the house.
I think we give a corner for Justin Fields. I think we give him Jack Jones.
We give him is Jack Jones the one who was suspended last week? Or is that the other one?
Tip him up
they
here.
traded that.
Bro, that's pure Billy right there. You get suspended for some dumb shit, we
Yep.
ship you out of
We
here.
ship
That
him.
could happen, dude. That's not even that
Get Justin
peppy.
Fields for cheap. Trade Mac Jones for assets. We keep him wholesome.
I'll take it. I'll
Would
take
you
it,
trade
bro.
your 14th pick overall for Fields?
Yes.
Dude,
I would too.
Take it. I would take Justin Fields in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
I would
Mac
pick him
Jones,
up.
fine.
I would pick him up in Chicago and drive him home.
I'll be with
I
you
would-
in the back seat.
I would.
Yeah, well,
I would make
Drive to
40
Chicago.
passengers. I would
We
make
give him
40
some fucking
passengers on
beers.
OBJ's flight wait for him to get on the flight and kick them all off and tell him to enjoy the cheese board on the way home.
Yo, Nilly, I got a question on our other game of the week. I know you've been listening to it. You got the Cowboys or the Bucks?
I have the Bucks. Playoff Tom Brady. Man, you can't. Sorry, but the way
Okay.
they ended the season with Mike Evans and Tom Brady, they're back in rhythm. Tempo fast. They're connecting, and that's dangerous. You
Totally
have Brady connecting with his number one receiver, and he's unstoppable. He's going to throw that pass over and over. Same route. Seam route, fade route, seam route, fade route, seam route, fade route, comeback route. It's going to be the same shit.
You might
And he
dog
does it.
walk him, bro. You might walk him like a little chihuahua.
And Fournette looking different now. See, he lost weight. Ooh.
What's his nickname? What's his nickname?
Playoff Lenny, baby.
Lenny's
Playoff
here.
Fournette.
That boy about to. If you in a playoff fantasy league, you better pick that boy up. Tell you right now, playoff Lenny about to roll through these motherfuckers.
Eat those cheeseburgers too. Like hit him with the McGriddle, like from longest
He's
yard.
about to be eating cheeseburgers at halftime because they're gonna be up by
Cheeseburger Eddie.
40. He's gonna be like the Georgia Bulldogs last week,
I
eating
think his name
chicken
was
wings on the
Cheeseburger Eddie
sideline.
in the longest yard.
Also, I don't think Philly's gonna make it far either. They're a team that's gonna
You think
die.
they lose in the second round? Because
Yeah,
they got the bye, so they're gonna lose to whoever the first,
Yeah.
the worst seed in. So that would be, I mean, if the Giants win, I think it'd be them. If Dallas wins, I think it's them, and then if Seattle wins, it's them. I think that's the order that it goes.
That's what I'm going with.
I think all three of those teams could beat them.
I
That's
know.
for damn sure.
Damn sure, yeah.
Hell yeah, that's two
I'm
divisions.
curious who you got for Jags and Chargers as well.
That's the other game of the week, Neil. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with Chargers, man. I stay with Josh Herbert. He's a playoff man. You see what he did last year?
Yeah,
I'm not
he's a
coming back.
dog.
Oh, what? Playoff.
He's a dog.
He's black
They're-
bumper.
they're-
That's what you call. Nope.
They're calling that the Head and Shoulders Hair Flow Bowl.
Dude, Trevor Lawrence. No. He got Supercuts haircut. Josh Herbert got some fresh from the Latino barbershop, so
He's got that Karen haircut.
Yeah.
Buddy, Justin Herbert looked like me sophomore year of high school when I'd wear etnies to school, bro. What are you talking about? That boy put a fucking fitted on his head and combed the sides out so some flow.
I'm dead. I mean, those type of games, like we look at it like, oh, these teams got good players and all this, but we gotta see like stats. These teams are consistency doing the same shit every year. You have people that don't call timeouts. You have coaches doing the same mistakes over and over and over and over. It's repetitive. So I go with the teams that are experiencing that. Like I pick Pete Carroll. He knows how to ball out. Pittsburgh Steelers know how to ball out. You know, all these other teams that are in there, you know? Not Pittsburgh Steelers, but like coaches like that. I don't want to fuck with those coaches at all in playoffs.
Facts.
The top
Facts.
coach, I'm not gonna go against any day.
Well, hey, no, then Doug Peterson versus fucking Chargers.
Oh my God,
like,
that guy's just asking to blow it. The Chargers coach always blows it going on 4th down. We'll see something ridiculous. We'll be like, oh, there he is. Always good fucking blowing it. Chargers coach.
I don't know, but they have Eckler, bro. They got a running game.
They
No,
got
I think-
everything, really.
I think
they
the
got
Chargers
everything.
are dangerous. I think the Chargers are a dangerous team, but what pisses me off is you just don't know when they're going to show up. You just don't know. That's why it's going to be a great game. The Chargers show up. I mean, fuck, Jacksonville might be in trouble, but you just never know.
I mean, I feel like if the Chargers, they tend to like go up like 14-0, and then they just start just going downhill after that.
If
So
they get up
They have to
early,
play a close game.
Yeah,
Run the clock down, run the ball with Eckler. You're going to see a lot of fucking running from both sides, slow game. Then you're going to see tight end passing. And then, boom, that shit starts.
yeah. That's going to be, I'm telling you, that and the Dallas and Tampa Bay game, I think, are going to be our most interesting games. I like your call for Seattle and San Fran, especially because Seattle beat them early in the season. But I'm telling you, there's one reason, and we talked about it on one of the Thursday night games. Nick Bosa, man, he's a dog, bro.
Where's he from? What college did he go to?
I think Michigan, right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he definitely was a war.
He went to the
Listen.
O, the S.
Let's go, baby.
I picked the Rams in the Super Bowl last year, and in my video, I made one claim, and I said this game is going to be won by Aaron Donald. And at the end of that game, Aaron Donald was the difference maker in that game. I think this year there's one guy in the playoffs that can win games just like Aaron Donald, and that's Nick Bosa, man. He's a freak on all levels. Like you don't get to see athletes like him so often. Like he's Khalil Mack 5 years ago, he's Aaron Donald 3 years ago. Like we're watching someone right now that is a game changer.
Facts.
49ers are my team.
I'm going with 49ers.
I don't see Nick Bosa. He's gonna be doing a thing. He's gonna be eating. But you gotta think about it. Geno Smith been running out of the pocket, been throwing consistency passes off the run alone. You stated that earlier. I just looked at the stats. Geno Smith ranking high when he runs off the pocket. So they're gonna run a lot going to Nick Bosa. That's what Pete Carroll does. He's ballsy as hell. He'll run that shit right Nick Bosa until he has no legs.
What's Nick Bosa's 40 time?
Probably a 4.5.
I think it's like a 4.4. Yeah, he's pretty damn fast. I'll tell you one thing, I ain't running away from him. That's for damn sure.
I saw him with no shirt on, like cut off sleeves, and his arm walking out of the stadium. I was just like, yo.
He's a freak. Hey, apparently the 49ers were 2-0 versus the Seahawks.
I just saw that. Yeah, my bad about that. For some reason, maybe I got him mixed up with the Bears sniping out the 49ers early on.
I'm calling it, bro. They're already taking this win, bro. I'm telling you, Seahawks are coming out to eat.
It's possible, bro. That team, again, just like
Wishful
the Jaguars,
thinking, but I think the 49ers are papa this year. I think they got the complete package, man. I know, like, it's Brock Purdy, but it's a pretty easy job when you got some weapons. You could give it off to probably the best running back in the league. You can dump it off to Debo, who could take it 50 yards. You got Brandon Ayuk. Oh my! I mean, dude, you could just keep going. You
got Hufanga. You got Charvarius Ward. Like I'm telling you, that defense to me, that's going to be the difference. I don't know many people over there that are stopping.
They're balanced. They're so balanced.
What I see is that like Pete Carroll already knows that they have those weapons. It's called like the Seahawks fucking corners are fucking running 4-4, 4-4-4-3 over there. Their linebackers as hell are all fucking fast. It's like Jesus Christ. And you know what? They're gonna run it to Christian McCaffrey. He gonna eat in Debo, but they're gonna force him. They're gonna force him what he didn't do in those 2 games they played against each other. That's the thing about playing sports professional is if you play him 3 times, now you know what you don't like. They're gonna force you that. It's gonna be a close game no matter what.
I think it's gonna be a dogfight, bro.
It's gonna be a dog. It's gonna be a craziest game. I'm calling it. It's gonna be insane.
Yeah, I like that. I like that for sure. I'd love to see Geno, even if they lose, go out in a dogfight because he had a hell of a fucking year. Comeback player of the year.
Yeah, hands down, in my opinion. I'm happy for the guy because I feel like his career. Yeah.
San Fran lost to 4 teams this year, and it's 3 flukes and then the Super Bowl champs of 2022. So, Bears, Broncos, Falcons, and Chiefs.
I like that.
Okay.
Damn, the Ravens are going to get out quick, bro. This is crazy. Lamar Jackson is fully out of the Baltimore Ravens.
Has anyone seen if Tyler Huntley's gonna play? Because that really, like, I don't even know if I'm gonna watch that
I
game.
heard this
If
morning
he doesn't
that
play,
he
then
was.
this game's gonna be fucking a lot. Like
I don't
Bengals
know.
gonna
I haven't heard anything like confirmed, but I feel like I heard this morning on like SportsCenter or something that like supposedly like they feel good about him going, and they have no idea if Lamar was. This was before Lamar. Like, what did he say on Instagram? He made a post or whatever. Is that what he did?
He's staying home. He's not coming to play.
He wants his money, and you didn't pay that guy, and this is what you get.
He's
not gonna play. Yeah.
I wonder where he's gonna go. That's gonna be interesting.
He's packing his bags right now, ready for the next team.
Yep, he is. He's packing his bags.
Maybe he wants to come to Foxborough.
That would be. Oh my god.
Tyler
Lamar
Huntley
Jackson
started throwing today. That's what they said. So he has
shit, so
tendonitis in his shoulder.
He's throwing chest passes.
He's got tendonitis in his shoulder.
Oh my
They look
god.
like
boy.
Cam Newton on the Patriots, buddy, throwing anchors.
But his legs are still horses, so we take that.
Honestly, realistically, I think as long as they have him in the game, they have a better chance because he can run the ball.
Yeah,
he can run the ball.
That's it.
And like that will be a good fit for Lamar Jackson because technically you got two great tight ends. You have all slot routes for him. He doesn't have to really throw deep, but when he does run out, that's when he can throw it to all the tight ends. And Henry's a good tight end, but we didn't use him this year. We didn't use the tight ends like we were supposed to.
We wasted money on Henry and Johnny with the fucking.
We didn't
went
do
to the
what
pawn
we were doing
shop.
this
We
year.
went to the stupid pawn shop. Stupid ass pawn shop. We got a Pokemon card and a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card and a Magic card. Same time. All mixed up randomly. Like, what the fuck?
He said Magic the Gathering, bro. I'm dead. Oh, fuck. All right, well.
All right, boys. You know, it's time to slide out to space. GG Sports Entertainment, boy.
Let's
Hey,
go.
we're coming on your podcast soon, buddy. We're gonna come crash that shit and tell you the hot takes.
Wait, bro. Yo,
Nelly will be there.
You gotta drink a beer, IPA beer.
Chug it.
IPA beer, I'll be here.
I'll chug a beer for my boy Nelly. You know that.
Let's go.
You gotta butt chug it for
I'll chug a triple IPA.
Right? Start a show by chugging a beer.
Okay.
1 beer, 2 beer, 3 beer. Shut up, tequila.
And a Bloody Mary. All right,
boys.
Bill. Have a good night, bro. Thanks for coming.
Take it easy, bro. Thank you. Great caller.
I think we covered every game now, which is good. Did we make our official picks for the NFC?
Oh.
I'm going San Fran, I'm going Vikings, and I'm going Tampa Bay. I think the only one we didn't really officially pick all around the horn was San Fran and Seattle.
Right.
Anyone going Seattle?
San Fran's my Super Bowl team, buddy.
Sorry, no, but you know, I do love, like, dude, like, I'm definitely pretty interested in watching that game now, but
he was selling them hard. He would honestly win over some people, I bet. Like, you sat down with him.
Yeah,
you went to a bar with him, he would be selling you hard on Seattle. You'd be like, you know what? I'm fucking taking Seattle.
Yeah. Some guy goes on DraftKings next to him at the
he's
bar, and he's like, hey, sweetie, we'll just put $50 on him, you know?
Just 50, because we maybe Seattle.
You never know. Money line, good odds, you know?
There's someone at the Hampton Beach Casino right now that just threw their rent on the Seattle Seahawks.
He's like, dude, this guy convinced me. He won me over Seattle, Geno
So,
Smith.
I'm going to go with the guest picks here. We had 170,000 votes on our first poll. Bucks versus Cowboys. 71% of our audience picked the Bucks. We had 7 people pick the Cowboys, and I'm going to call them out by name because you're all losers. Ricky and Tyler Green, known Cowboys fans, losers. Garrigan, Joey, Jay Coupal picked them. Derek fucking Crowther. He just hates Tampa Bay and the whole Brady era. And then Cheeks took the Cowboys. Oh, wow. Man, Cheeks.
He wants to play for them someday, he said.
Yep, he'd probably be better than half the receivers. Second one we had 234,000 votes, and 57% of people went with the Vikings. So much closer Much closer. We had 43% of the votes going with the Giants. I don't hate that, honestly. I'm not going to call any out by name because I think that's going to be that's pretty valid. Cheeks again. Third one. This is the best one because we just talked about this. We had 384,000 votes in total, and the only one that voted for the Seahawks was me by accident. It was 100% an accidental vote while I was posting it. I'm all 49ers all day. So all 374,000 of us all voted for the 49ers. Another semi-close one, but this one's, I mean, it's kind of shocking, even though we said it was going to be a game of the week. Jaguars and Chargers. 674,824 votes. 68% went with the Jaguars. 68%. That's pretty high for what that Chargers team can do.
Too much of the public's on the Jags right now.
I feel like it is
the
the
Jags
sacred
are
team.
hot. I think the Jags are hot.
I want to switch my pick to the Chargers now.
You want to switch it?
He wants to be the villain. He wants to be the fucking
Too many
villain.
squares like myself buying in on the Jags, and now I'm fucking. I told myself that Doug Peterson does something fucking magic around this time, you know?
Well, the last two, garbage games, but there were some people who voted the other way. I was actually a little bit shocked that these two games had more people voting for the underdog than the 49ers, who had 0 people voting for the Seahawks. Kind of tells you how fucking dominant the 49ers have been. But with 828,000 votes, 91% of the votes went to the Bengals over the Ravens. We only have Keelan Rowley. Shout out our homie in Ireland voting on it tonight.
Wow.
Love that. And HP voted for the Ravens. HP, known last place fantasy person, so don't
Did
take
you say
that to the bank.
JP from Grandma's Boy?
No, HP. It's
JP.
Me and Nelson's boss. he's
Shit. JP, what's up, dude?
HP.
I know.
I'm calling him JP now.
Yeah.
All right, so last one, another two votes out of 1.3 million. Were the only two that voted for the Dolphins. 91% of the votes going to the Bills. Joey Gennaro and Tyler Green. Whatever you guys are hitting, I'll take a box of it to my porch and just drop it off whenever you can. I'll send you a review and let you know how fucked up I got, because that is crazy thinking that the Dolphins are going to win that game. So
that's got to be an accident, right?
I don't think so, but I think they're both just crazy. I mean,
think they're actual Dolphins?
Maybe. I don't know. Dolphins are pretty smart, though. I think even the Dolphins, like a real dolphin, would probably take the Bills.
Yeah.
They have great brains.
They're going to the fucking casino down there.
Is it bad that I rather have, after seeing these like backups come in, I'd rather see a Patriots and a Steelers team in there right now?
100%, dude. I'd rather
I'd
see the
much rather
Jets
see
in
one
there
of them.
right now, dude.
Shout out to my Steeler boys who are tuning in right now, Big Gary D and Big Bear. I know you guys are watching right now, and I know it hurts you to hear the Steelers are out once again, but
Oh, you loved saying that, Diesel. It sounded like you were
feels
enjoying
good,
it.
Feels
Well,
good.
No,
Steelers
I
come up
was
short.
absolutely crazy. I can't believe how many backups we're seeing. I mean, dude, the crazy part is that technically Kenny Pickett was a backup, and technically the Jets would be going with a backup too. And, Mac Jones would be the only starter out of those three teams, if we're being honest, which is pretty piss poor. The AFC falls off after a certain point this year with quarterbacks.
Yeah. I like Kenny Pickett, though. I think they found themselves a guy. I mean, we've mentioned this in previous episodes. I think they found, their quarterback. He looks like a Pittsburgh Steeler. I think
you got some Steeler fans tuning in right now. They're listening, and they're harassing me on my phone.
Hey, he's gotta just learn to be a little poised, but if Mac Jones can learn a little poise, he can go a long way. It's the same thing with Pickett. If he can get a little bit of confidence in him next year, he's got more weapons than we do right now. And I think that defense, same thing as us. You figure out the offense, you figure out the offensive line, you have the weapons there. Kenny Pickett could be real. I don't love the major upside of him. Again, he's not an amazing quarterback, but the Steelers have never really needed a top tier quarterback. Let's be honest, Ben Roethlisberger was good, but he was never fucking Tom Brady or Peyton Manning. He just knew how to run the
You might have
offense.
just riled up a crowd right there, buddy.
Hey, listen, like if you're gonna tell me that Ben
That's
Roethlisberger was like electric, like I mean, dude, he was good, but he was a game manager that could break tackles sometimes, and he knew how to check the ball down at the right time. Like it's no hatred to him. He's not running around and doing anything that you're gonna put on the top 10 most of the time, unless he breaks 7 tackles, which he did, once in a while. But
He did do that often.
I hate seeing this shit about Pittsburgh also with like they always applaud the coach. Oh, he got Pittsburgh back to 8-8. Congrats. Well, he didn't make the playoffs, loser.
never had a losing season.
I know, but okay,
Not many winning ones with him either, though.
Season, you know what I mean? I'll give him that. Never. Never. Even Bill Belichick had a losing season. 2 of them now.
Coaches over there, then they have a complete team. You know what I mean? They do always perform well for their coach. So if they can really like turn that corner, I mean, that is a team that's set up to win, in my opinion.
Dude, they got T.J. Watt, and he's still young.
Yeah.
T.J. Watt is just like Nick Bosa, in my opinion. They are difference makers on this game. If he didn't get hurt this year, like they probably are in the playoffs. To be honest with you.
Solid coaching too. I mean, they got Flores as their defensive coordinator.
He's interviewing elsewhere.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he is.
For like a head coaching job, or?
I saw defensive coordinator and head coach. I don't.
It would be weird to move right away from the Steelers and go take another defensive coordinator job. That would be weird.
Yeah, I personally don't think he would leave too because of what Tomlin did for him. I think it'd be pretty scummy if he were to leave to go be a DC somewhere because.
But unless it's a head coach.
Yeah, after what well, again, only to be a DC, I think it would be scummy. If he were to go be a head coach, he'd have to tip his hat to Tomlin because, dude, no one was touching him after what happened with the Dolphins. I don't think that was right, but Tomlin took him in, and, dude, defense performed well this year. He did all right. Even without Watt, they still looked all right.
Yep.
Ugh.
It sucks when you can't talk about the Patriots, buddy. I'd be already setting up right now for my AFC Championship, buddy. Sending out invites.
You need a couple minutes, Diesel, to get some off your chest?
I would love to talk Patriots.
Get it off your chest, Brayton. Come on. I'm listening to you.
Matty Patricia's fucking... Once Matty Patricia's gone, buddy, which he's not, this is what's going to happen. We're going to keep Matty Patricia. Bill feels bad for him. He's like a brother to him, so we're just going to put him somewhere else. We're going to hide him.
Put him on the defensive side.
Are you okay with that, Diesel? If they move him somewhere else, are you still going to be fucking pissed, or are you going to be like...
Put him where I put him back on the defense. Even O-line, buddy. I don't mind him being an O-line coach.
As long as he's not the offensive coordinator again, which, like,
no.
I know the news is that we're moving on to a new one. Until it happens, I'm not fucking happy. You want to see
that written down, right?
You want them to personally send it to you. You want them to personally send you the report first. You got to break it.
Show me that we're gonna actually do it. Dude. We do so much shit for hype, and the offseason always gets so overhyped. I'm just sick of being fucking sad when nothing happens.
I know it.
Buddy, I don't blame you, but this is all I got. I'm trying to stay positive.
This is all we got right now.
This is all I got, buddy. I'm trying to. They say this report.
Cliff Kingsbury, DeAndre Hopkins, and Aaron Rodgers, and we're gonna win 3 more Super Bowls.
Billy's gonna pass Don Shula, dude. We're gonna pass Don Shula.
Well, dude, they do have Patricia. He's the full-time offensive line coach, and he's the offensive coordinator. Like, I was listening to sports radio earlier this week, and typically that's like a job in its own. Like, that's a lot of responsibility for a guy that's never been an offensive coordinator before.
Yeah,
dude, I hate how much of the reins we gave him this year. Like, I don't hate hatred for him.
Patricia,
we didn't put him in a good spot. Like,
we threw him to the dogs.
We threw him to the dogs, and he's a defensive coach. He looks like an O-lineman. He doesn't look anything like an offensive coordinator. He never gave me the inkling that he should be one. He went to Detroit and they sucked.
The one thing that I don't want him to continue to do, though, is why does he always get in little, matches with his players, little fights with his players, and then he just fucking sits them? He seems to get in the way of players quite a bit. The Detroit Lions hated him, dude. And then, I don't know, that's it. If they move him somewhere else, I just hope that shit stops.
I think he gets that from Bill.
Just wants to be an asshole. And
Yeah, but he's not Bill. You know what I mean? So like,
No, I know, but I think that a lot of that is also like he left to go to the Lions from being under Bill. He came back, and now he's still getting influenced by Bill. I mean,
Yeah.
Bill, look what happened with Butler, bro. We sat him in the fucking Super Bowl. That was
I
a Bill
know.
decision. So I know that, like, yeah,
Well, Patricia was there, right?
yeah.
It's
probably
crazy
right.
that we don't know what happened.
Bill's back. He's like, it's okay.
Not to get too off topic, but like, wasn't it like a lot of the rumors that like Malcolm Butler fucking got into it with Patricia, or supposedly maybe Bill's son? But I don't know. That just sucks.
Bill said he had a bad week of practice, which, like, dude, this is what
That's
I'm
not
getting
even
at. Like,
realistic.
we will never fully know why half of
That's
this shit happens,
crazy.
because I think the Patriots under Bill Belichick have always done the most to tell us things to mislead us, so that we, like, the fans just don't. We're probably complaining about stuff that didn't even happen this year. Like, probably Steve Belichick probably got punched in the face by Kendrick Bourne, and that's why he didn't play. Like, we'll never know.
And that's why his tongue's always out, like
Yeah.
brain dead. He's got a concussion.
Diesel, I got a couple quick questions I want to fire off to you before we end this episode.
Love it.
Who would you want to be the offensive coordinator in a perfect world? Who would you want it to be?
So I like Billy O'Brien if we still have Mac, just because he coached him in college. But I mean, after seeing Mr. Cliff Kingsbury, I would love to have him. I think
you like that he became available.
I think he can bring a different style offense for us.
Yep.
And maybe somebody else might be riding right behind him, Mr. D-Hop. Maybe.
I want job titles all the way around too. Like I want a defensive coordinator as well. So Diesel, who in a perfect world to you would you want to be the defensive coordinator?
See, I don't honestly like.
You like what they're doing with the split thing there?
The defense, I will obviously want a coordinator just to fucking just give the guy a name, whoever it is. But defense, I mean, I like Mayo. I think a player's coach would be. Guys will be fired up for that guy. They'll do anything for a guy like him, especially former Patriot, former captain. Like this guy's been there. He's won Super Bowls with Bill. Like I just feel like he fits it perfect, and I hope that like rumblings were here. And obviously it's not official, but I hope that's like something. Maybe he gets that title and he's a DC, and I hope so. It is because I think that's big for the Patriots. Maybe attract some players that would want to play for Mayo on defense. You know.
Okay, and then I have one last question for you as well. So the defensive side of the ball, as far as players, I mean, they seem to be pretty good, right? For heading into the off season. Now, if you could change, if we could light some fireworks on one side of the offense, like, would you want it to be? You can only do one now. Do we want D-Hop, a star receiver, keep Mac Jones, and polish up everything, or do you want like a Diesel offensive line? Do you want them to improve the offensive line, or would you want, again, this isn't too realistic, but like, or would you want like fireworks and fix like the quarterback position if you think Mac is the problem?
Oh God, that was a good one. I mean, you could have the best quarterback in the world, and if you don't have a good O-line, you ain't gonna do shit. So, I want to give Mac another chance, so I'd probably hold on to him. I feel like our O-line wasn't like. I guess we do. It sucks because like when you say it's like Patriots have holes, the O-line, a receiver. But honestly, if I had to I feel like the Patriots could figure out their O-line. So I'm not gonna say I'm gonna say like having a guy like D-Hop, I think, is huge for the Patriots offense. I mean, we already see it. We've seen the Diggs. We've seen the A.J. Browns, what the effect does when you have and we also seen what D-Hop did for Arizona for a little bit. Like, dude, those guys affect the offense, and it makes guys like Jacoby Myers even better. It makes the Bournes. Even Devontae Parker. I mean, you get a guy like that, he's going to open up that field, and, like, Jacoby Myers is going to be even better. Like, those guys, like, our offense will be dangerous.
Parker was playing well towards the end of the year. He started making a couple plays.
Oh, dude, last touchdown where he caught a short ball by Mac, but at least he got it there so that, like I've been saying, like if you have a receiver that can go up and make a bad throw look good, that's what fucking happens, and that's what we wanted Parker to do. So.
Mac is not Tom Brady. Mac needs talent around them.
Hey, I watched a ton of tape, and I will say that like Mac did hit a couple receivers in stride. I said I didn't see it all year. Hit a couple receivers in stride at like between 20 and 30 yards on some wheel routes, but like, dude, that's not the same as hitting them 40 or 50 yards downfield.
Or through a fucking tight
Yeah.
window.
I'm gonna go with honestly probably O-line first, but I agree with Diesel. I think that could probably work itself out internally because the Patriots are really good at development.
Maybe like, you know, a better tackle or something, you know, like
Cole Strange was a first year rookie. Trent Brown had a bad year, but like that could be something like what I'm getting at is that the Patriots,
not to cut you off, but he seems checked out mentally.
He hates Mac and he hates Matt Patricia. So
that's not good.
No, but if we
We're gonna
figure
cut
it
him.
out internally, I think that next year could look different. I think that I'd rather personally, and you guys know I hate Mac Jones as of right now, I'd still rather see us give him some receivers and see what he could do than give up on
And
him.
a real play caller, of course, too. I didn't add that into the question. We'll assume that a
Red
much
Raiders,
better
baby.
play
I'm a
caller is
big
in there.
Red Raiders guy. I'm going with Cliff Kingsbury from Texas Tech. I want him as the OC. Big bad. Big bad. Always been a Red Raiders guy.
Okay,
But
good. So you guys do think
receiver.
he's a really strong offensive mind. Obviously didn't really work out as a head coach in Arizona, which is obviously a different job, different beast. That's tough. But my concern, he was arguing with Kyler. Like, I saw him and Kyler Murray get into a lot of arguments. Like, does that concern you guys at all? Or
Kyler Murray's a piece of shit.
I think Kyler Murray's a fucking problem
seems
himself.
pouty, huh?
He's
They
more
have to
worried
put
about
don't
his.
play COD in his contract. Like, I mean, that tells you a lot. He's a whiny baby.
I know, right?
But what
Okay,
I
good.
will
So
say
I
is
think
that
that's
Cliff
maybe more,
Kingsbury developed Patrick Mahomes. He was the Tech's head coach with that offense at Texas Tech was unreal. It still
I
is.
didn't put that together. That's a great point, Pick Flair.
That's the Red Raiders, baby. I'm telling you. Like, listen, and the next coach, the coach that they have right now, he followed in Cliff Kingsbury's fucking steps. I'm telling you, that's another big name coming to the NFL eventually because he's doing the same thing with those quarterbacks down there. So I like him. I think if he came here, great. I'd love to get a wide receiver for Mac because it looks like we're going to lose Jacoby Myers, unfortunately. And he's the number one free agent wide receiver on the market this year.
No, we're fucked, dude. That's
you think
so
we're gonna
bullshit.
pay the number one
No.
free agent on the market? No,
No.
we'll never do that.
We're gonna
No.
pay. We're gonna pay a special teams guy.
Oh,
'cause
that's such bad timing, dude.
We're gonna pay Ray St. Cloud to come be our number one wide receiver. Like,
Dude, they have to address, like, we won't get too into it this episode, but they have to address the wide receiver room in a trade, I think. Like, I think you're right. Like, there's no way we're going to pay Jacoby Myers.
You got to be aggressive.
you know what we're gonna do though? We're just gonna develop the offense with Parker, Bourne, Tyquan Thornton, and Aguilar. If we keep Aguilar, I think he's
No,
done. but-
Aguilar's gone. There's no fucking way that guy comes.
Yeah,
back.
but
What are
I
we
don't
gonna do,
think
cut
we
him?
give up on him.
I'll fucking
I
cut
think,
him.
I think his contract's done. I think it was a 2-year deal. I think it was like 2 years, like
my
$85 million
God.
or something.
Oh
though. We
my
gave him like a
God.
ridiculous amount. Maybe it was 3 years. I don't know.
Overpaid
But
him
He's
and
pretty good. Just kidding.
I don't know. I like addressing the O-line first, but again, I agree with Diesel that could work itself
That
out.
could be
internally.
tweaked up a little more, maybe some,
Let him develop.
more tentative coaching. Like, I think we need an offensive line coach and an offensive coordinator and just fucking...
I mean,
Put Fatty Patricia back on O-line. There we go.
it just you go into the season as much as like I want the Pats to win as a fan. It's just you knew it was bad coming in. Like our coaching situation, like right there, like the fact that your coaches are the problem right now before the team, like you knew it was just gonna be rough. Like, and we saw
Shout out
that.
all my guys that I said to take the Patriots win total under that took the over.
Oh, man. Wasn't it like, what was it, 8 games?
Eight and a
Eight
half.
and a half.
It was
Ooh.
8.5, and we won 8
a final
games.
game.
Or 7 games? What did we win?
We won 8 games. We won 8 and 9.
Wow, dude. Vegas is always just so... They're just right there, dude.
I want to. Yeah, they're ridiculous.
That's fucked, man. Always.
Ridiculous.
But I'm
Ridiculous.
pretty good. You guys got any other takes for episode 21?
No, I needed that therapy. That was
Yeah,
like.
I could see it, Britton. You looked like you
I
had a
feel
lot
good
of weight
now.
on your shoulders
I
today,
feel
buddy.
like I can sleep now. Like get that off my chest.
Good. I'm glad. Hopefully, you get some better sleep. You know what I mean? You definitely, you've been worrying me. I've been thinking about you a lot since the Patriots didn't make the playoffs,
I've been thinking about you since Ohio State didn't make the championship.
Oh, here you go.
I would have rather seen that than fucking TCU Horned Frogs.
Well, we're good.
Right when they
So-
lost, dude. TCU.
Realistically, though, let's be honest. It should have been Bama in that championship. Let's be real. That's the only team that had like a real shot at stopping Georgia. Just being honest.
Outside of obviously Ohio State because they already matched up. Georgia and Ohio State.
Ohio State with Marvin Harrison Jr. probably win that game if he didn't get hurt on that first touchdown. Marvin Harrison Jr. up next. My next Christian Watson take is going to be Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh shit, dude! I'm definitely drafting him in fantasy football. I'm gonna start noting everybody. Pick Flair says that I'm telling you guys, if you're big into fantasy football, when he drops these little treats here and there, you better just note that guy's name down.
When it comes to catching the ball, I know what I'm fucking talking about. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here. Shout out to Guido.
Off this high horse he's on, Thanks everybody for tuning in to episode 21. We always appreciate it. If you could do us a favor of hitting the thumbs up in the video, that helps the video get out there to YouTube, random people on there. And then also feel free to share it. I know everybody has family, friends, cousins, aunts, uncles that love sports. So we're cranking, share the video, get it out there. We appreciate all the support.
I got cut off last time saying this. Don't be a cuck, hit thumbs up.
Let's